A male patient is lying in bed in the hospital, wearing an oxygen mask over his mouth and nose. A young student nurse appears and gives him a partial sponge bath. Nurse, he mumbles from behind the mask, "Are my testicles black?" Embarrassed, the young nurse replies, "I don't know, sir. I am only here to wash your upper body and feet." He struggles to ask again, "Nurse, please check for me. Are my testicles black?" Concerned that he might elevate his blood pressure and heart rate from worrying about his testicles, she overcomes her embarrassment and pulls back the covers. She raises his gown, holds his manhood in one hand and his testicles in the other. She looks very closely and says, "There's nothing wrong with them, sir. They look fine." The man slowly pulls off his oxygen mask, smiles at her, and says very slowly, "Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Now listen very, very closely. Are my test results back?" A sweet old lady telephoned the hospital. She timidly asked, "Is it possible to speak to someone who can tell me how a patient is doing?" The operator said, "I can. What's the name and room number?" The old lady in her weak voice said, "Doreen Jacobs, room 604. The operator replied, "Let me place you on hold while I check with her nurse." After a few minutes the operator returned to the phone and said, "Oh, I have good news. Her nurse just told me that Doreen is doing very well. Her blood pressure is fine, her blood work just came back as normal, and her physician, Dr. Ross, has scheduled her to be discharged on Tuesday." The old lady said, "Thank you. That's wonderful. I was so worried. God bless you." The operator replied, "You're more than welcome. Is Doreen your daughter?" The grandmother said, "No, I am Doreen Jacobs in room 604. No one tells me shit."